Freedom Jacob Caeser is probably the most famous rich man in Ghana right now. Many of you watching already know him, but if you don't, because they're watching from another country or something, let me introduce you. He's one of the biggest real estate developers in Ghana with some of the biggest properties in Accra. He's a very generous philanthropist because he's rich. He's also very confident, very outspoken, very flashy, and you can tell all of that by just looking at the guy. But there's one thing people don't really know about him. He's a bitch. Listen, wait. Okay, I didn't say it, he said it himself. Okay, relax.
I'm gonna admit, yeah, I'm a humble, flamboyant, confident, whatever you want to call it.
You see, I mean, they bleep the word out, but if you look at his mouth, he said bitch, okay, and his facial expression shows bitch. Yeah, so delete your comments right now about how I should respect my elders. Delete it. Now, Freedom Jacob Caeser is not his real name, obviously, because that is not a name that comes up in anybody's head when they think about a name. It's something that only him could have come up with. His real name is Nana Kwame Bediako, and most of us know him as Cheddar because he has cheddar. But I was a little bit surprised to learn what the full name was.
Freedom Jacob Caeser, and there's cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese. That's the full name. I don't know where it came from. That's not a bad name, honestly, because if you come up with a cheddar cheese brand and you name it cheddar cheese, that works. Now, as usual with all rich men, usually their followers are obsessed with their story. They want to know how they made their money. They want to know where they came from, you know, their beginning. And of course, rich men never want to answer the question clearly, right? If you ask them how they began or what was their first business, they'll tell you something vague about working hard and all these things. But Cheddar is different, okay? Cheddar is a different guy. Cheddar told us exactly what his first business was.
What was your first business and how did it go?
It was a poultry farm. I was very young. I bought a hen and a cock and started laying eggs because I wanted eggs, and they became chickens and they became a poultry farm.
And then?
And my mom sold the chickens and eggs to pay my fees. And
hey, listen. I know some of you are saying that it's not true and you think that it's a cock and bull story, but it's not. It's not a cock and bull story. It's clearly a cock and hen story. How he made his money is still very unclear to people. They said he made his first million at 21, and there's a story in an article that says that he sold metal scraps in London. Kwame Bediako sold cassettes, and this guy sold metal scraps. And then, as the story goes, he began a telecommunication company called Global Telecommunications and Utilities, and then later on he sold the company for £410,000. If you have any reason why you think the story doesn't make sense, put it in the comments below. But why are you worrying about somebody's money? Go and make your own money and come up with your own cock and hen story. Don't be looking at other people.
a hen and a cock. And
now, aside being everything else, Freedom Jacob Caeser is also the Prince of Africa. Yes, it's a self-acclaimed title. He gave it to himself. It's not a real thing. This is not coming to America, and we don't live in Zamunda.
I don't come from a royal family, but yet I am the Prince of Africa because I claim it.
Exactly. Just claim it and you are it. I'm going to claim my own thing. I am the storm of Africa. I am the trumpet of the continent. What does it mean? It doesn't matter. It is mine because I said it. There's nothing he can do about it. And as the storm of Ghana and the trumpet of the continent, I'm here to blow you away. So if he's the Prince of Africa, then you're probably wondering who the King of Africa is.
I'm the King of Africa. I'm the Prince of Africa.
Freedom actually posted that video on his channel, so that's some kind of confirmation, right? And because Prince of Africa is not a real thing, because Africa is not a kingdom, and they desperately want it to be, Freedom and his team have worked incredibly hard to try and make this brand into a real thing with pictures and high production videos. They do this Mansa Musa kind of thing.
We are not walking backwards anymore. It's about time that we show the world that we have retrieved our heritage value again, that we're going to build our continent all over again.
And he even said it in one of his Instagram posts that he's the modern day Mansa Musa or something like that. Listen, I think he should buy an island and then start his own kingdom. I think it's very possible he has the money to do it. Over there, he'll be the prince, he'll be the king, and then he can use Freedom Coin to buy things on the island. That could work. And also, yes, if you haven't seen my video on Freedom Coin, the link will be in the description, or you can click it over here to come right now, to come here like this. Have you seen it? Clearly, Freedom Jacob Caeser sees himself like an African hero, African leader who is going to lead the youth into the promised land. You get what I'm saying?
I am here to build wealth, nations, continents, countries, and generations.
It's almost almost as if he sees himself in the company of people like, I don't know, Muammar Gaddafi and Jerry John Rawlings. And no, I didn't make that picture. He puts the picture up himself on his Instagram page. Let's be clear, okay, let's be clear. We have Muammar Gaddafi, a dictator who ruled Libya for 42 years. Then you have Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings, who ruled the country for 20 years. Listen, we all like Rawlings. He was very charismatic. He flew the plane under the bridge, that whole stuff. But the guy was not a saint either, okay? He wasn't a saint. Then you have Jacob Caeser. Rich man. Do you see the connection? Do you see the connection? You don't see it? I see it. I see how those three are connected to each other, okay? They are all, you know, African heroes who did things. And in the spirit of that, I will be adding Jacob Caeser to my wall. In my next video, you see Freedom's picture. I'm going to replace The Rock and put Freedom over here because The Rock doesn't like being here. So I'll put Freedom on my wall for like a week and I'll take it down. And I'll put my own picture over there because, you know, I'm the shit. Since we are all putting our picture in the company of people that we admire and people that we think we are like.
Because I claim it.
Now, one of the made up rules of being the Prince of Africa is giving speeches. So in 2020, we had the NSAS protest in Nigeria, where the Nigerian youth were protesting against police brutality against, you know, Nigerians. And this became a huge issue around the continent, especially for Ghanaians, because Nigerians are siblings. You know, we need them for a lot of things, like credit cards. And of course, the Prince of Africa had to address his people.
Today, I declare justification for black people in Africa and Africans, but more so, I'm here to stand beside Nigerians, my brothers and sisters. What is this I hear about SARS? I mean, why should a whole country like Nigeria going on a demonstration protesting against a small clan called SARS? How can you let this happen? We cannot stand there and watch it get destroyed. The richest black man comes from Nigeria. This is a great country, Mr. SARS. That if you want us to end...
Wait, what happened to the audio? I can't hear anything. What are you saying?
...it for you ourselves. You've seen it coming. Because whatever strength that you're seeing in these forces...
I cannot hear. What are you saying? Why is the audio so... I can't hear it.
With the people who are protesting on this...
Bro, who edited the video? Who made the audio? I don't understand what's going on. Bro, Prince of Africa, come on.
Please, leave it for the younger generation. And that's why I am declaring a continental justification. Even those people who are listening to me, from the presidents to the ministers, to the governors, to the police, to the municipals, to the corporate people, come on.
That's probably why they didn't stop police brutality, because when Nigerian leaders got to that part of the video, they couldn't hear anything. Imagine that. Imagine you are listening to somebody telling you something important and then you can't hear the thing again. I don't know. I feel like if the audio was high enough and, you know, the Nigerian leaders heard it, they'll probably have stopped, because the Prince of Africa is talking. Now, he didn't address NSAS once, he did it twice. And he also had another speech for the George Floyd protest.
I'm Jacob Caeser. I stand here today with the spirit of my great ancestors, the likes of Martin Luther, Marcus Garvey, Nelson Mandela, Kwame Nkrumah, and the Mansa Musas, to assure you in these hard times of trouble, Africa stands with you.
This should go without saying, but I think we all know that CNN, Fox News, and BBC did not come to cover that speech, right? Because at that time, the real protest going on, and I don't think they're going to come and cover Freedom's address to the people. We all know that, right?
You are not alone.
And he also did one speech telling China to apologize to Ghana.
The freedom movement is urging the Chinese government to formally apologize to the black race globally and Africa as a continent.
Say what you want about a guy, he has a lot of audacity, okay? Like, he has the vim to say some of these things, because telling the Chinese government to apologize, obviously they didn't. He's probably buying things from China to build houses, so...
I stand here today on behalf of our nation, Ghana.
You know what? I feel like Freedom was born in the wrong time, in the wrong environment. A country as peaceful as Ghana. I feel like if he was around during like the 1948 riots, that time he would have killed. Like, not literally killed, but he would have tried to give speeches and stuff. But it feels like he's looking for that, you know, Martin Luther King, I have a dream speech moment. Or Kwame Nkrumah, you know, Polo Ground, Ghana, our beloved country, is free forever kind of moment. He's just not getting it. It's just not coming because, you know, nobody gives a shit. Obviously, it's easy to like give a speech and tell China to apologize and do all these things when you live in a country like Ghana where nothing real happens. You know, we just threaten each other, nobody fights. Because you really can't tell the weight of a man's balls until you put him in the middle of a battlefield, or you take out the balls and put them on a weighing scale. Any of those will work. Let's move on to something else. Now, one very noticeable thing about Freedom Jacob Caeser is his fashion sense. That's a very peculiar fashion style, and he wears clothes unlike anything I've ever seen on anybody ever. I mean, whoever is designing this custom-made clothes for him, they are eating, okay? They are making a lot of money because those things do not look easy to make, and he should be paying them very well for it. And honestly, I don't get it. I mean, I'm not rich, so I don't expect to understand what these people do. Sometimes you wear some regular kind of clothing like this one. It's still over the top, but it's regular. So then other times he will come out looking like this. I don't know the name of this. If you know it, please put it in the comments below. Look at this. If I walked into that room right now, I'd probably carry him as one of the bags. Look at this picture. Be honest. You couldn't see him over there until you had to look for him. You had to really look to find the human being in that picture. This is Louis V too. I didn't know Louis Vuitton was making people into leather bags. Again, with the leather bag look. The same thing with this one. If I saw him and that red bag over there, I'll carry him instead, because he looks more like a bag. And when I look through the pictures and I see some of his clothing, I can only think about one thing: Mortal Kombat. Now, I will not be surprised if Freedom played Mortal Kombat as a child, because some of these fashion choices, you could drop him right in the game and it will fit. I'm going to make a call on the makers of Mortal Kombat, okay, NRS, to make Freedom Jacob Caeser into a character. Look at this, he looks like Kung Lao. Look at this one, he looks like an African Liu Kang. I mean, look at this picture over here. He's doing his fatality, okay, his finishing move. He'll jump and then the Lamborghini will come and hit you or something like that. That work in the game. Oh look, this is Raiden. He even has the thunder and the back. And this character will be Tohazi the Red Hunter, after the real warrior Tohazi the Red Hunter. It works out. In Freedom, you have the money to make it happen. Contact NRS, let them make you an African character on Mortal Kombat, on Mortal Kombat 12, okay? Now, I made a video about Wadimaya a while ago, and I said in that video that rich people sometimes, they feel like they have to be profound all the time. They have to make a quote, they have to say something special and crazy. And obviously, Mr. Freedom Jacob Caeser is no exception. I mean, this guy throws out quotes like he's throwing dollar bills. And the problem remains, if you always want to be profound and say something thoughtful, sometimes you start saying things that are a little bit, you know, you can't put our finger on it. And when it comes to that, Freedom is the boss. I know I said other stuff about Wadimaya. If I missed that video, check that video out if you come here. But Freedom is the boss of quotes that leave you confused. I read a lot of his Instagram captions and tweets, and I was left confused at a lot of them, especially this one. This is a tweet where he surprised his wife with 2 cars. Headless YouTuber made a video about that, so check that one out. I'll put the link in the description. My best 2 qualities: if I don't confuse you, I will surprise you, and if I can't surprise you, I will confuse you. Well, Mr. Freedom, you've outdone yourself, okay? You've done the impossible. You have both surprised me and confused me with that quote. I don't understand what that means. Guys, I'm slow and I'm brain dead, okay? If you guys want to explain it to me, please put it in the comments below. If your explanation makes sense, I'll take it, because I'm confused. Now let's talk about that video a little bit, where he was giving his wife the cars. So he said this.
For those people who think you just have a Land Cruiser, no, she has land too. So now she's gonna cruise on the land with the Land Cruiser.
Boss. I want to say punchline. See what you're saying? She has the land and she'll cruise on the land with the Land Cruiser. Do you understand? You get the Land Cruiser. You understand? You know what would be the biggest flex? The biggest flex would be if the wife only drove the car on her land. That would be dope, right?
The women out there that think that some guy should buy bags for you, no. I buy cars for the women of my life.
Bro, all you niggas out there, all you low ass niggas who are buying your girls bags, Freedom is buying his girl cars, bro. You guys are low. And the wife responded and said, you also build houses for his women. They be out there, you're buying bags. Some of you don't even buy bags. Valentine's Day, are buying teddy bears. Useless generation. Now back to the non-fat punchlines. This might be my favorite one. I like to look with my left eye, watch with my right eye, and then move with my third eye. Yo, Freedom, that's crazy. You can use your eyes like separately. That's great, bro. So if he's watching a movie with subtitles, he can look at the characters and also read the subtitles at the same time. And then when he has to walk and go to the bathroom, he'll use his third eye. About moving with the third eye, I don't understand. Unless he has a car called Third Eye, or Third Eye is a name that he gives to his legs. Maybe some kind of cosmic meditation, new age stuff that I don't know about. No vision, no mission. My ambition is to be an emperor. I feel like he just wanted to rhyme over there, because if you want to be an emperor, you need a vision and a mission, bro. We cannot have a missionless and a visionless emperor. That doesn't work. Tell all the gossips I'm the topic. If we have to tell them that you are the topic, then you are clearly not the topic, because if you're the topic, then we don't have to tell them that you're the topic, because they'll already be discussing you, the topic. You see what I'm saying about trying to be profound? You know, you say some shit that's supposed to sound dope, but you know, I am on fire, approach me wrongly and get burnt. See, that one is, it's normal, you know, it makes sense, it's regular, you understand? If you want to make it a punchline every single time, you end up confusing us, which is one of your biggest qualities, and so, you know, that's not shocking. Oh, I love this one, because the first part is, I have no fashion sense. Fashion loves to make sense out of me. It's not an art, it's a mentality. Hey, good on you for being honest about your fashion sense, okay? I don't exactly understand how fashion loves to make sense out of you. I don't know what the hell that means, but what does that mean? What does it mean? The reality of the situation is, I am a threat to a society that forbids their nation. A man must not be judged by their looks, but by their character. Okay, that's true, but I don't understand the first part. But you can't expect not to be judged by your looks if you're looking like that. Come on. Through the mirrors that our souls reflect is the shadow that follows us. What the fuck? What is that? Through the mirror that our souls reflect is the shadow that follows us. How are you coming up with these things? Freedom. What books are you reading? Please put me on. Put me on to the books you're reading, because I want to have this kind of wisdom, okay? Because it's beyond me. It's beyond me. He has these posts on his Instagram where I think he uses the boomerang thing, and he does them in the funniest positions possible. Like, look at this one. And this one. All you have to do now is put some music over it.
Freedom.
I still won't ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will ask you to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the video. If you are new over here, please don't get offended. This is what we do here. It's all just jokes. Don't take it too seriously. You come in writing, respect your elders. Freedom is doing things for the country. I'm making fun of it. It's all just jokes. Don't take it too seriously. And if Freedom is watching this video, first of all, thank you for watching. It's all, I'm just joking, okay? Check out my video on Freedom Coin if you haven't seen it yet. And I'll see you guys soon in another video.